Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Vaishali Kohli. Now, the SC refuses to blame ECI for stress, work pressure related deaths of BLOs. However, raising concern over the deaths, suicides, SC said it's responsibility of respective state governments to provide adequate staff, replace those who are unwilling. I have Sambhav Sharma joining me with more details. Sambhav, what more can you tell us?
Well, the matter was before the Chief Justice of India, Justice Surikant's bench, and the SIR hearing was going on. In here, the top court has made these remarks on booth level officers. It was said that booth level officers are under huge stress because of this SIR exercise. So here, the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice of India, Surikant, has said that the work pressure the BLOs have been dealing with, at the state government's responsibility to come up with some substitute of those who are facing this pressure, and need is to deal this matter on case-to-case basis. For example, if some ex-BLO is facing some problem, and he could approach the officials there, and he or she can say that, yeah, this is what he or she is facing. In a way, the Election Commission of India is not responsible for this BLO work pressure, but the state machinery need to come up with certain, need to fuel few more officials, few more BLOs, and they need to fix this issue of work pressure faced by the BLOs. And here, in a way, the Supreme Court has not questioned Election Commission of India for this BLOs facing work pressure problem. And also the top court has said that these booth level officers who are, through whom this SIR exercise being done at the ground zero level, at the grassroots level, they could directly approach the court if they have any problem, any grievance they want to redress. So in a way, the Supreme Court has opened its door for the booth level officers. They can directly approach the top court and say, or the respective courts, they can say they can come to the court if they have any grievance. But on the other hand, has not stayed this particular exercise, the SIR exercise being conducted. So in a way, it is a relief to the Election Commission of India from the Supreme Court, where Supreme Court has questioned the BLO work pressure problem, but not the Supreme Court has not questioned the Election Commission, but the state machinery. And the state machinery should come up with more officials, more booth level officials. Officials should inculcate people from other branches as well, so that they could help the BLOs to perform their work, to help them perform this particular SIR exercise at the ground zero and at the grassroots level. And the BLOs can approach the court. In a way, it is the first of its kind remark. Because see, Supreme Court was hearing this SIR hearing, petitions challenging the SIR by the many petitions from the state of Tamil Nadu. Many political parties of the Tamil Nadu, and SIR exercise being challenged by the state of West Bengal. These were the petitions in the Supreme Court. Hearing was going on before the bench of Chief Justice of India, where CJI has made these remarks on BLOs, booth level officers, because the BLOs is a big, has come up with this. This issue is gaining momentum because BLOs have been facing this work pressure problem, and many of the incidents are being reported from the West Bengal, also from the state of Uttar Pradesh, and now this matter came up before the Supreme Court as well, where counsels have said that BLOs are facing huge problem, work pressure problem. So here the Supreme Court has not questioned the Election Commission, but the state machinery. This is what is important in this SIR hearing, which could be said that something first of its kind happened in the Supreme Court, where so far BLO's issue was not taken up by the Supreme Court, but today Supreme Court has passed certain directions or certain remarks were made when it comes to the work pressure problem faced by the booth level officers at the ground zero level.
All right, Sambhav, stay on with me, but now I have my guest joining me on the broadcast, RP Singh, BJP spokesperson. Now, Mr. Singh, we've of course seen many videos that have emerged of people actually making a very heartbreaking videos before actually committing suicide. And these are these BLOs who've been really burdened and pressured with a lot of work. So I'd like you to speak about that initially, and then of course the Supreme Court has refused to blame the Election Commission for this. What do you have to say?
Well, let me break it up, the workload of the BLO first. 30 days, some 200 household BLOs to approach. 1,000 votes, each household has some 5 votes. You break it down to household, 200 households, means almost 7 to 8 or max 10 households in a day one has to approach. So I don't understand what is the workload pressure, why it's being dealt with, why it's being presented like it's a lot of workload. Unless they are vote or instigated or some other reason. But fact is, even if we accept there's a workload, then the state government should give them the supplementary manpower to the Election Commission. And the workload should be reduced. That's how it can be. Or Election Commission should consider now, in next round, dividing the workload in a fashion that each booth has, instead of one BLO, has additional BLO also now. That's the only option. Because of this, the electoral process, the cleansing of the electoral process can't be stopped, should not be stopped. And Supreme Court has also rightly said that they're not blaming the Election Commission for it. And it's the state government's duty to ensure that they help or they give the required manpower to the Election Commission.
All right, Mr. Singh, thank you for joining me on the broadcast.